everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to talk to you guys about my current beauty favorites. It's been a while since I filmed a favorites video because you guys know I did this big thing just like everybody else did. At the end of the year, I did my best of 2017. So I had to kind of wait until I had some additional products that I wanted to share with you all because I was still using a lot of the same products. So now I have begun to use a few new products and I thought I would talk to you all about those. So if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for joining me again for today's video. You guys know I love you and I appreciate you so much for hanging in there with me and sticking with me here on my channel. If you are new to my channel, please click that subscribe button because I would love for you to join the Savvy family, and also be sure to turn on the notification bell so that you will be notified every time I post a new video. Just in case the notification bell does not work, because sometimes it doesn't work, be sure to check back here weekly because I do post videos weekly. Oh, and also before we get started, this eyeshadow look that I'm wearing right now took so long to create. Even though it doesn't look all that complicated, oh my goodness, it took a minute. It was inspired by a look created by James Charles. It was inspired by him because it is not exactly the way he created it. I didn't have the palette that he had and I just kind of worked with what I had. It's one of his recent videos. I think that it is something to do with sunset. I'll be sure to link it somewhere in this video so that you guys can go check that out if you are ambitious and inspired and want to create this sunset eyeshadow look. So let's go ahead and talk about my current favorites. So this is a beauty sponge called Total Perfecting Blender. This is an EcoTools beauty sponge. I bought it, I think, around the holidays because it came in one of these containers here. I really like this beauty sponge. This is probably one of my favorite beauty sponges that is not a beauty blender. I'm pretty loyal to my beauty blender, but this one is pretty soft in comparison to the beauty blender and in comparison to other beauty sponges that are more affordable. And a lot of times they're a little bit more firm and just not the beauty blender. But this one comes really close, and I absolutely love this edge. It's really good for chiseling out your contour and just baking under the eye. It gets in really close under the eye. It's just a really good alternative to the beauty blender if you're looking for one that feels a lot like the beauty blender. I would repurchase this again and I really highly recommend it. I'll try to go in order, but I don't know how well I'll do. This Hangover 3-in-1 spray is really good. It smells like coconut. It smells so good. This spray is a replenishing prime and setting spray. So you can prime your face, you can refresh, and you can set your makeup. I didn't pick this up for a long time. It's been out for a while. I didn't pick it up because I didn't know how well it would work with my combination skin. And you guys know I get really oily here in my T-zone, but it really works pretty good. Like, I have not had any issues. I've had really good experiences with this product. I even used it to set my face. I didn't use it today, but I have used it to set my face, and it set my face really well too. So this is a really good all-in-one kind of spray if you're looking for something to add to your collection. I'm going to go ahead and mention this again. This is the Hangover primer, and I've not used it in a while. I have a backup one and I'm at the end of this one, but I whipped it back out, especially with this primer spray. I wanted to use it with the primer and they go really well together. Whenever I wear this, my foundation lasts a long time. So this is a really good primer and it pairs nicely with that spray that I just mentioned. And all the primers that I have been using, you know, my primers that are my ride or die primers, I still use all the time. But I just want to give you guys some other ones, okay? The other one is this POREfessional. I'm wearing it today in my T-zone area. I do have a video about this primer. I'm also wearing the Too Faced primer. It does make my skin very luminous, and it is a really good primer. This is called Unicorn Essence. And a lot of times people think it is an oil because the other FARSÁLI product that was really hyped up, the one with 24 karat gold, is an oil. But this is more of a serum. It is not an oil. And I use this today right underneath my eyes. I get really dry under my eyes, and when I add concealer, there's just a lot of texture, and it still may be, there may be a lot of texture today because, again, I added a lot of makeup on my face today. But this does typically help to reduce some of that texture and add the moisture underneath my eye. It is also wonderful when I mix it with my Dermablend foundation, which I'm going to talk about next. I have a video on my channel. It's like a 1-minute video that was an Instagram video where I mixed the FARSÁLI with these foundation drops by Dermablend. These are the Flawless Creator drops, and I really like the two together. It makes the foundation really lightweight. But what I have really been loving as a combo with this foundation is my Chanel foundation. When I filmed the video, The Truth About the Natasha Denona palettes, I was wearing this Chanel foundation with these drops here, and I loved how the foundation looked. And you guys know that I'm in the darkest shade of this Chanel foundation. This is 70 beige, if that tells you anything. It is really not dark enough for my skin, and I have to use bronzer and contour products to make it darker. And I had the idea of adding a couple of drops of this to make it a little bit darker, and that really worked. And I loved the finish, and they paired nicely together. So this combo of foundation is a current favorite of mine. I don't want to spend too much time on this, and I may be all out of order. You guys know I can't ever stay in order. I have talked about it before here on my channel. I want to mention it again because if you're looking to try out cream contour, these Anastasia foundation sticks are so magnificent. And I looked this up, and I think it's described of more of a cool brown. The way it is described, it made sense that I would like it as a contour product because it's not too warm. It's a nice neutral tone and cooler, but not gray. So I'm wearing it today underneath my bronzer, and I love using this cream contour. It is just fabulous. I absolutely love it. This one is the shade Truffle by Anastasia Beverly Hills. Since I mentioned my cream contour, I do want to mention these two brushes. This is the Sigma 3D HD Kabuki. I've probably mentioned it before. I like using it whenever I apply my concealer. This really helps to buff out concealer, so it is perfect. Perfect. Okay, this is also good for blending out cream contour. I use this to blend out my concealer when highlighting, and I also use it to blend out my cream contour, so this one is really good. So this is the 3D HD Precision brush, also by Sigma. Both of these are Sigma brushes. It is perfect for contouring the nose. See how it fits on your nose perfectly? You see that? Okay, so I haven't contoured my nose with anything else but this brush since purchasing it. I'm not sure what else it would be good for, but I like it for contour. Really good brushes by Sigma. I'm not sure if I have talked to you guys about the Peach Perfect in the past, but I do want to give them a little bit of a shout out. This product amazes me. For one, it smells so good, and if it floats in your mouth, it tastes sweet. Not that you want to eat the powder, but it does kind of, you know, if it happens. I really like using this. I'm going to add a little bit here because I'm sure that I'm getting a little shiny here. But this powder is absolutely the best. Like it does blur. Like look here, guys. It blurs ever so slightly. It blurs the skin a little bit. And I like it, and you can kind of figure out that you really like a product when you keep reaching for it, and you're not doing it on purpose. Does that make sense? You reach for certain products. Like I often ask myself, like, why do I wear certain products on certain days? Why, you know, it's a reflection of your feeling, how you're feeling, your mood, and it's an art, and that's why they call it makeup artists. And just habitually or without thinking, I will grab this powder most of the time to set my under eye and concealer areas. And I actually used it to set all over today. So I set those concealer areas and I dusted it all over, and it does keep me pretty matte, and I like that blurring effect, and it smells nice. It's in beautiful packaging. It is a fabulous setting powder. Really been loving the Peach Perfect by Too Faced. During a recent haul, I picked up this Sephora powder, and this is like a micro smooth powder. I had this on today as well because I have had this makeup on for a while now, guys, because I filmed another video, and so later on I touched up and added this on my face as well. And so this is a micro smoothing powder. It is also a really good setting powder, so if you're not into the loose powder, this is a good setting powder. Or if you just want a powder on the go, I think that this will be good too if you just take a brush with you. It is really smooth and just very fine on the skin. This is by Sephora, and this is the shade Bronze. I talked about this product in my haul. This is the Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder. I do have it on today. I didn't initially have it on in my other video. I added the sculpting powder after filming that video. I don't know why I grabbed this one so much. I have so many contour products. I don't know if it's because it's compact and I usually tuck it in my drawer on my beauty table, and I don't know if it's just like convenient to grab on a daily basis. I like the color of it. I like the finish. I like using it with my Kat Von D brush here, the one that I just used for the powder on one end, and then I'll contour with this end. It is really a good sculpting powder. It is pricey, but it is a good sculpting powder, and I have been using it ever since I got it. This is the Becca Soft Light Blurring Powder. I wanted to give it some love because I don't hear anybody talking about this powder, and I honestly think it's because people use it incorrectly. They probably try to use it as a setting powder, just like you do your Laura Mercier, and it is not for that purpose. It is more like the luminizing powder that I compared it to, like the Lancome Absolute powder. It does blur the skin, you know. Stop adding stuff to your face. This is a blurring powder, and it does add a radiance and a luminosity, just subtle, but it is really not meant to set your under eye or anything like that. So if people misuse this product, then they may think it's terrible. If you use it as an all over powder to add that last step in your makeup routine to add a glow, then you'll love this powder. I like using it with the kabuki brush that is available to purchase with it. I purchased mine on QVC for the same price as buying the powder alone. So I really like this powder. I think it is really good if you want to see me wear this product and use it. I am wearing it today, but if you'd like to see me test it out, I do have a video on my channel. I like this a lot. You guys know I'm in my 40s, right? I'll be 45 in August. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, because I'm still here, kicking, breathing, loving it. Breathing. Did I say breathing? I love every single birthday, okay? My family, my grandmother, she doesn't have a ton of gray hair. She is 93 years old, I believe, and she doesn't have a lot of gray hair, but she does have some gray hair, so she's not fully gray. My mother, she has gray hair, but not fully gray, mostly dark hair, but she gets gray around her edges, and I think my grandmother does too, so it must be a genetic kind of thing. I get my gray around my edges. That's where it happens more than anywhere else. So I look forward to having dark hair most of my years as I age. It won't get completely gray, but these edges are gonna be toe up. So I always have to color with a temporary color ever so often, and in between coloring I have this Clairol. This is a Clairol Root Touch-Up powder, and I was actually sent this product by influencer, but I really like it. I really like it. Usually I use like a spray. There's a spray-on product that I use to color my gray, but this powder is really nice. So you use this one that comes with it, and you just put it here. Y'all know I'm gonna lift up my little wig here for a second, and I don't really have to use much, and it doesn't transfer. Like I'm not able to see it transfer. Like I can put my hands on it and I don't really see it transfer back on my hands. This is a nice Root Touch-Up product. I want to mention a few eyeshadow palettes that I really have liked. This is the Kylie nice palette, and I haven't shown it here on my channel as far as wearing it, and I really do like this palette. It has a lot of rich colors in it. It is just a nice warm tone palette. There are transition shades. There are lots of shades that can go on the lid. A lot of interesting colors, some that I don't have, like the yellow here. There's like a duochrome here. So you can create a lot of unique looks with this palette, and I like it a lot. Really enjoyed it ever since I have had it. Also, I really wanted to mention again the It's My Ray Ray palette by BH Cosmetics. You guys know that I filmed my Valentine's Day makeup look with this palette. I have actually created makeup looks, and I go to work, I look in the mirror, and I'm like, woo, like I'll look at the eyeshadow again, and I put it on my face. But I'm still kind of shocked by how good it looks, especially for the price. So I'm not sure if they're back in stock again, but this is definitely a really good warm tone palette, woman of color friendly. The Kylie Nice palette is woman of color friendly, just really good. But the fact that you get the contour and highlighting powders as well as an eyeshadow palette here, that's just, you just can't beat it. You just can't beat it. I hesitate to talk about this palette. The Sunset palette, I ended up using quite a bit. I used them both. I continued to use them both to see if I could work with them even more. And I did use this palette a lot recently. I don't really like to bash products on my channel. I like to be honest about the products, but I try not to bash them. I did want you guys to know what you were getting yourselves into because it's so pricey and it is a little bit flawed. But it turned out to be a favorite. One of them did. So I still felt like I had to go ahead and let you guys know that. I had to learn to work with blending. There's still a lot of fallout. I cleaned it up quite a bit, but there's still a lot of fallout. I actually used it to help me create the look today. I had to use like 4 palettes to create this look. I do like it. I want to consider it as a favorite because I do grab it a lot, but still not as necessary because of the price. Still not that necessary for you to rush out and buy it. But I did want to mention it because I used it so much. I haven't mentioned this palette since I purchased it, I don't think, since I hauled it. But this is a Tarte limited edition palette that I got from Sephora. I'm wearing it today. I have on this really pretty pink here. This pink. And this is a really good blush palette. It has a lot of matte blushes. There are 2 highlighter shades. And I think there is 1 blush in here that has a little bit of a shimmer. But really good blush colors. I've really been enjoying this blush palette. Alright, we're getting to the end, guys. Hang in there with me. Not going to spend a lot of time talking about this. This is the Amrezy highlighter. Been using it every day since I opened it. I don't know if I've worn another highlighter since I opened this highlighter. You know I'm wearing it today. Love this highlighter. I'm waiting for another highlighter to become my favorite. Right now, this one's a favorite, hands down. Okay, lip products that I have been loving. I always have this in my purse. This is the Lip Maximizer Collagen Active. This is a lip gloss that I purchased in a haul. This is by Dior, and when you apply this, it plumps your lips. You feel the little plumping action happening, and I always have this in my purse. It's like halfway done. This is a really expensive lip gloss, so let me tell you that it's expensive. But if you don't want to spend all the coins on this one, you can get this one by Sephora. And I really think that this is a dupe for this lip maximizer because it does the same thing. It has the same plumping effect as the lip maximizer, and it is like 3 times less expensive. So you save a lot of money with this one, and it goes on kind of sheer. And I'm wearing it today, but I'm wearing a whole lot of things on my lips. I put both of these on. This is like a nude, and this one is another shade. I can't remember, but there are only 4 shades to choose from of these products on the Sephora website, but they're both very, very good. And the wand is really nice. The applicator, I love it, and it reminds me a whole lot of the Dior products. So I'm so happy that I found this because I like it just as much. This one I actually forgot to mention in my haul video. This is the Laura Geller Color Luster Lip Gloss in Gilded Honey, and it has these little flecks of gilded honey. It's kind of a perfect topper on top of other glosses or on top of lipstick, and it adds this really nice wet sheen. So I picked this up during my haul. I forgot to mention it, but it is a really good non-tacky, like none of these lip glosses are tacky and sticky on the lips, and they don't cake up. Like there's one that I purchased recently, the DIY from Pure. It's not over here because it does that whole caking up around your lip thing, so it had to stay over there. It had to stay on the makeup table because I do not like that. And I probably won't end up buying it again. Even though I liked it okay, I won't buy it again. I should have it over here as a disappointing product, but I'm not going to kill them like that. And I'm going to mention this product one more again. This is the Dose Lush Lip Gloss. This one is in 701. This is like a pink shade. Glistening Petals is the one that I always talk about, and this is a pink shade. I'm wearing that today. Just keep on adding stuff on your face today. Okay, this is how it looks, guys. Look at it. I added a little bit more, like I needed to. I'm gonna still go back over it with this gilded one. Just stop it. I just need to stop it, okay? But this is really opaque lip gloss, and it is so super shiny. I honestly don't need to add anything else on top of it, but I'm just being extra. It is just this really luscious, it is lush, but it's just a beautiful color, and I really want every shade, but I can't tell on the website what the shades actually look like, and so I've just hesitated to purchase additional shades. I think you would love them. They wear really well, and they're very opaque. So they're very thick and glossy, but not sticky, and they're just shiny on the lips. They just make your lips look amazing. This company produces like one of my favorite lip glosses. I love this lip gloss. Love it. I have these brushes and one more product, okay guys? I want to mention the It's My Ray Ray number 4 brush. So she does have a set of brushes, and I really like this number 4 brush for applying highlighter, and it just kind of, it reminds me of some other highlighter brushes that I have seen that are high end, and it just kind of sits right there. It just does a good job of applying highlighter, so really good highlighter brush. And I also went back to this R2 brush by Morphe for my bronzer, and I've been using this a lot lately to apply bronzer, and it kind of gives you more of an all over bronze look, and it's a really good bronzer brush if you like that sort of look. I think it's just a tapered powder brush, but it's really good for applying bronzer. Jaclyn Hill was the first person that I heard mention this bronzer brush. I purchased it because of her, and I've been using it. I use others. I've been picking this one up a lot lately, so I wanted to mention this if you're looking for a bronzer brush. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Last product. I wanted to mention this skincare product. I hauled it a long time ago. This is called Sleep Tight, and you can go back and check out one of my hauls. I think it was my fall Sephora haul. This is a firming night balm by a company called Pharmacy, and it is a balm. It goes on kind of sheer like a oil. It feels like an oil almost when you apply it. It completely absorbs in your skin throughout the night, and it doesn't transfer onto your pillowcase. And I can honestly say that when I wake up the next morning, my skin is firmer. And let me tell you how I can tell. You guys know I have this little area of texture on my skin, and I'm working on it with my dermatologist, so hopefully it won't be there forever, but right now it's there. So I use this at night, and when I wake up in the morning, this is much firmer, tighter, and almost invisible. It's almost gone. Now, I'm wondering and kind of think this might be like a temporary firming balm, because by the end of the day and at night when I go to bed, the texture is back. So it's like much firmer in the morning, and then it's kind of back that night. So this firms your skin overnight, and it kind of is more of a temporary firmness. That's what I think. That's been my experience. I'm not sure if that's what it's supposed to do, but that's been my experience. I like it. I'm almost out, and I would repurchase it and feel pretty confident that I'm going to repurchase it again. All right, guys, so that's the end of my current favorites, finally. A lot of my other products that you guys know are ride or die products and are my favorites. I still wear them. I still use them. They have not gone anywhere. But these are just some products that I've added to my collection, or that I just wanted to mention to you guys that are currently on my mind, on my desk. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed today's video. Please make sure that you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll be seeing you guys again very soon in my next video. So until the next time we meet again, this is Savvy signing out.